Inosencio. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
I was walking through one of your gardens a few weeks ago, and the tomatoes were was amazing.
Oh, excellent.
Just and people are coming and they're taking advantage of the free produce, aren't they?
Absolutely. People always ask me, how many pounds of food have you guys grown this year? And we have a rough number where we've measured about 2,000 pounds this year, which is a little lower than we wanted to be. But one of the things I always remind folks is we have no idea actually how much we've grown, because part of our model is not only welcoming folks to come into the garden and pick for themselves, but also encouraging them. Right? If people can come experience that process of taking the food right off the vine, right out of the ground, taking it home and incorporating it in their dinner table and with their families, to me there's nothing that could be more magic than that. So we don't know exactly how many pounds of food we've grown this year, but we've had a really great year and we've had a ton of community participation. So happy to hear that you got to experience one of the thriving gardens.
I actually took some tomatoes.
Perfect. Fresh food is for everybody.
Has the weather impacted you? We've had like one day of rain in the last 40.
Yes, it has been a little bit interesting. And it was 85 yesterday. And so we've had an interesting summer for sure. Every year's a little different. So I always say next year's our best year of gardening. But we're working out those logistics. We've, in the last year and a half or so, transitioned to mostly raised beds, which relies more heavily on rain because we don't use our drip irrigation systems. And then hand watering, of course. So we keep it interesting. Here's some raised beds. This is our newest garden.
Tell us about the programs you have at the schools.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a garden at the Jackson County ISD out at Lyle Torrent. This is our newest garden, and it's a new adventure for us. It's a different population of student learners than we've interacted with in the past. So a lot of opportunities for growth, but we've really appreciated the chance to partner with the ISD and develop a new type of garden, really focused on it being tactile, things like that. This is a garden at John R. Lewis. And so we have 7 elementary gardens with Jackson Public Schools. Wow. We manage the greenhouse at Parkside. We manage the hoop house at Lumen. We have a garden at St. Mary's Elementary, a garden at Rise Above, and a garden at Western Career Prep. So we work with students K through 12. Here are some students at Lumen making salsa with products that we grew in the Lumen greenhouse.
Are those jalapenos?
Those are jalapenos, yep.
Where are those at where I can go grab a handful?
So we've got those in the Lumen greenhouse, I think, and then we've got a couple plants in the Segway garden, a couple other places. So each garden's a little bit different. There's not an exact formula. We let the folks who are participating in the garden have a lot of say in how the garden gets planted, which produces some really interesting layouts and sometimes seeds that are a little too close together. But we always remind folks that it's about learning, right? Yeah. The students get to go from maybe I've never planted a seed before, I don't know where my food comes from, to oh my goodness, I put the seed in the ground, now I'm taking this home to eat. Yeah. And so that entire process is really all encompassing and like I said, quite magical.
Your daughter Ella was one of the gardeners.
Yeah. She was featured in the last year's
video.
video.
Last year. Yeah, absolutely. We love getting to hear from students, and we're at a point now where we turned 5 in a couple of weeks, which is crazy, and the school garden program wasn't originally part of our genesis, so we added this about 3 years ago, and it has grown dramatically, and so to get to a point where we've started to see students grow up. We see students who are at the Parkside Greenhouse now, who are part of our pilot initiative at Northeast Elementary, and just kind of getting to see that entire process, and no pun intended, to get to grow with the kids has been so special.
Yeah, it's amazing how this has gone, how much has happened in 5 years.
Yeah.
Is this how you envisioned it going?
No, not at all. We started with 2 gardens, the King Center and at St. Mary's, and I really thought, this will be a side project. It was during COVID. We'll grow some food. We'll give it away. Almost immediately realized there's an opportunity for youth engagement at the King Center, the YMCA in St. Mary's at that garden. And then one thing led to another, and 2 gardens turned into 3, turned into 5. And, this year we have 18 gardens under management. So we've been really lucky to scale this. I have been very blessed to get to leave the board and become hired as the executive director. So that was not part of the plan, but the trajectory kind of put us in a position where we said the organization can't grow any further or we have to start paying people. So we did that about 3 years ago, and the rest is kind of history.
That's awesome. You seem very, very happy with how everything's going, and I know you're excited for the annual meeting.
Yep.
We attended last year. It was a great time. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we are really excited to have our harvest dinner this year. The event is taking place on October 30th, and that's actually the day of our 5-year incorporation. Nice. So we're really stoked about that. And we're really, really looking forward to this because in the first 5 years, we've done gardens, community dinners, community education, and really community-sourced fresh food access. In the next 5 years, we're going to keep those same strengths, but we're getting ready to open a community-sourced grocery store known as a farm stop. So we're going to partner with Jackson County, and we're going to partner with the DDA to support a farm market similar to the one the DDA operates. We're working on those logistics, but we're going to work really hard to make sure we're not competing with the existing market, but that it's a synergy. And so we'll have a market, and then the goal is to have an indoor market every day, year-round, and feature local produce, local food producers, local meat, local crafts, local honey, syrup, things like that. And that'll be available every day so folks can find locally sourced products. They can know their farmer. They can bring the food system closer to home. They can eat more seasonally. And so we're really excited about getting a brick and mortar and becoming a little bit more standardized so that we can do more in the fresh food access space.
People at Agricole told me that you've been snooping around over there.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, because you have an idea that's the kind of thing which is in Chelsea that you want to do at the Armory, the old prison.
Yep, absolutely. So it'll be a consignment model. Farmers will set their price. They'll take home 70%. We'll keep 30% for operations. We'll run a cafe. We have plans down the road to operate accelerator kitchens and patio space and all kinds of other things we can do. But right now we're just trying to raise that money for the coolers and the freezers to get that started.
What is your favorite vegetable?
My favorite vegetable, it's got to be broccoli or bell peppers.
Broccoli?
What's
broccoli.
yours?
Well, I was going to say tomato, but that's a fruit, as you know.
Yes, bell peppers are technically a fruit too. And I'm not a big tomato fan. This sounds terrible. I know.
Me neither. I can't stand them.
This is so cheesy, but I really only like tomatoes right out of the garden. Like, I know that's just the worst, but I prefer, like, when they're really fresh and bright, wonderful. But from the grocery store, broccoli.
For yours, onion.
No, potato.
Onions are amazing. Potatoes are amazing.
When I remember as a kid, you would be eating onions like an apple in the house.
Like, no, that was your grandfather. That was my dad that did that. It wasn't me.
Someone was eating onions like an apple.
I've seen that. You know, onions when they're really local, really fresh, they're sweet. They're really warm. It's wonderful.
Have you been to a grocery store?
No, I haven't.
All right. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations on awesome 5 years. Jacob Inosencio. More of the morning show after this.